known as Israel, which is the name God gave him, which is where the name of the country comes from. And Jacob actually had many sons. And he had 12 sons. The third son was a man by the name of Levi. Levi was the one who invented jeans. And no, I'm kidding. No, Levi's. All right, no, I'm kidding. All right, the jokes don't get better. I'm sorry. So it was his descendants, though, in the tribe of Levi, from whom we get Moses. And Moses' brother was Aaron, and Aaron was established by God as the first high priest. And it is then given to the descendants of Aaron to be the high priests forever. And it is also given to the people of the tribe of Levi to be the priest. In fact, when they are divvying up the land in the promised land of Israel, Levi gets no land. They get some cities, but they get no land. Because you see, they're supposed to be distributed throughout the people, to offer sacrifices for the people, to be present with them around. And so their income is not from working the ground. It's not from having herds, as all the other tribes do. It is to come from the sacrifices that are given. They receive part of that as their income to pay for them to be able to be the mediators between God and the people. That was the way the system that God set up. So anyway, all this is to say that this is why it's in the tribe of Levi. But there's a problem. Jesus is from the tribe of Judah. If you've never noticed, Judah and Levi are two brothers. They're not from the same tribe. So how does Jesus overcome this problem? Well, this is where we get this confusing name, Melchizedek. But I'll get there. It says in verse 5 that Jesus was appointed to be the high priest. So also, Christ did not glorify himself in becoming a high priest, but was appointed by the one who said to him, "You are my son, today I have begotten you." Who made Aaron the high priest? God did. God appointed him. And so if God can make Aaron a high priest, God can make Jesus a high priest as well. Jesus is appointed by the Father to be the high priest. This is a quote from Psalm 2:7, recognizing the importance of the Father's will to have Jesus fulfill this role. Jesus did not pursue or take this honor to himself, but received it from the Father. It is a gift. Now we turn then in the next verse, in verse 6, to a reference from Psalm 110, verse 4. Hebrews 5:6 says, as he says also in another place, "You are a priest forever, according to the order of Melchizedek." Have any of the rest of you read that and gone, what in the world is he talking about? Am I the only one? The rest of y'all know your Old Testament history really well because no one's raising their hand. All right. This is something that won't mean anything to you unless you know your Old Testament really well. It comes from Genesis. This means that someone wasn't a priest for a time, but forever, first off. You are a priest forever. This is an office. You see, an office is a position given to you, and you held that for the rest of your life. When someone was made a judge in Israel, they weren't made just a judge for a few months or years. They became a judge the rest of their life. That is a military leader of the people of God. When someone became king, they weren't just king for 4 years and let's elect another one. No, that's a president or a prime minister. No, they became a king forever until they died. Same thing with a priest and a prophet. It was an office they held the rest of their life. And so Jesus is the priest forever, according to the order of Melchizedek. And what is this order of Melchizedek? This is some foreshadowing for us, because as we get to chapter 7, in 2 weeks, we'll go deeper into Melchizedek. But for now, I'll give you this about Melchizedek. He wasn't even Jewish.